not know that song?
I don't know that song.
Oh shit, that's like tonight's anthem.
Titty ass ants.
It's called Man of the Year. You'll see. Hey everyone, wherever the camera is, it's been a year since we started D&D, and it's also my birthday, and so we're drinking before we go out, and then we're gonna talk about stuff. Yeah. Okay. Now talk about the Batman porn.
Hold on. Let's cheers to Josh's birthday, y'all.
Nice.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys.
I've been doing that all day.
Thanks for doing this. Okay, so Batman porn.
What do you want to know?
I didn't know. I never
What
thought
don't
about
I
it.
want to know? I
So,
want to know everything.
I mean, there's a porn for everything.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, what we were talking about, there's different eras of Batman porn. So, you have the Adam West parody porn, which is like a lot of boom, pow, right in the vaginas.
Punta.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee.
But they make them
Nerd.
come. And then you have your Dark Knight parody.
Pull the microphone a little bit.
You know what? I was going to talk about me being better with the mic a year later, and it's not working.
Why
about
can't I
this?
find the microphone?
Yeah, that's good. You too, Mike. Just yeah. Okay.
This is not just me.
Back to Batman.
But
porn.
then you have the Dark Knight era Batman porn where you have like Heath Ledger Joker. And then there's an even deeper niche group where it's just mostly like comic book and Marvel fans and like DC Universe fans where they put a lot of budget into the costumes. Just, you know, the part where the private parts are just zippers.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else looks like a deep cosplay kind of thing. Because when the new Wonder Woman came out, a lot of people were comparing her costume to the porn parody costume. So I'm like, well, I got to check it out.
Gotta do my homework.
I got to do my homework with my pants off. No, but you compare it, and then I just kind of went at one point in a deep rabbit hole. I'm like, oh, there's an X-Men parody. That's right up my alley. And then I'm looking at the costumes, and I'm like a Wolverine in yellow spandex could work if Domino was on her knees sucking his cock. But no, the costumes, like, you'll be surprised. I think his name is, and it's going to be bad that I know his name. If you look up any Axel Braun porn parody,
Okay.
Hold it.
Yeah.
Is he the actor or the director?
He's the director.
Okay.
Okay.
So anything that he puts in, he's putting in a shit ton of resources in, which I respect as a fan.
I do too. Hey, porn is art.
I'm just like now thinking of the Dark Knight. Where is she? I have to fuck her.
You'll never find her, Batman. But it's just, I don't know why we came on this subject, literally.
Yeah, we did.
Because Mike said he was going to come on Pat's bag. And
That's
the bag
right.
Is
This is
Pat-
all Mike's
Batman.
fault.
I'm just a regular pervert. You're weird.
You told me it was your birthday and you wanted me to fuck the table, and it's not a table, it's a cube organizer. You said it identifies as a table, and now we're here.
Yeah, all of that makes sense to
Happy
me.
birthday.
Thank you. So,
It's like a circle.
whose costume was better?
In what regard?
Axel's or the actual Wonder Woman?
Axel's.
Axel? Oh, shit.
Wow.
For like, I would
The
say,
terror
For like
Profitability
sex
or-
purposes?
no. I think it was
Yes.
in the regard. It wasn't for the new Wonder Woman. It was for when the CW was making a Wonder Woman show, which was back in like the Smallville era.
That didn't go well.
No, they just did the pilot and it never got picked up, which is surprising considering she's such a bankable product in IP. But they were comparing her costume to the porn parody costume, and the porn parody costume actually looked better, which is surprising.
I mean, CW doesn't put the most money into their things.
I would agree.
I mean, for Green Arrow, they just put a guy in a leather jacket, and they were like, Green Arrow!
You're Batman now.
And it's
So
canceled.
badass.
And it's over.
Oh, is it
I
canceled?
think
Yeah.
they canceled it like
Season
a
8.
week ago.
No, they have one more season.
Oh,
Yes,
well, whatever.
season 8's going to be the last season.
Well, good thing I didn't watch it. Now my heart
You're
is
not
in
missing
porn.
much.
Really? Not
No.
good?
The first season's really good.
I've seen some episodes and it's like enjoyable, and that's about it. Like,
It-
I mean, I didn't just pick. It wasn't enough for me to like get gripped and keep watching it. You know?
If I may get on my nerd soapbox, Green Arrow
That's
or
so
Arrow kind of went in the direction of Supernatural, where basically the internet and Tumblr is kind of writing the show. So when the Arrow writers started developing the show, fans were like, these two people should be together. And then enough people were kind of rallying for them together that they're like, oh, that's the show now. So it's basically about these two people who are in a relationship where it's Oliver and his assistant Felicity, where it's mostly about their relationship, and then you have comic book like fanboy service like mixed in.
See, when you let the internet write your TV show, that's how you get 50 Shades of Grey.
See, I feel like for Supernatural, though, that almost works just because it's an original entity. But when you're doing something that's based off of a source material, you can't do something like that. So
Yeah, I mean,
Makes
Supernatural's in like what? It's 15, 16 season at this point.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, they're working at it. I mean, they did the Scooby Doo episode.
Yeah,
What?
I mean, they did a collaboration with Scooby Doo.
What?
We talked about it on. There's a recording of it.
We
Us
definitely-
talking about it.
Somebody somewhere talked about it.
Where it's a cartoon, because I remember, because I'll rewatch the episodes to prepare for D&D.
Yeah.
And one of them, you're like, oh, I hate live action. And me and Mike are like, no, it's animated. And you're like, oh, really?
What?
Yeah. So they animated in the classic Hanna-Barbera. Only it's Jensen Ackles and what's his name?
Sam.
Dean
guy.
from Gilmore Girls.
Sam. Jensen Ackles is
Is
Dean.
Yeah.
Oh, Gilmore Girls. Right,
What's his
gotcha.
fucking name?
Jared Padalecki.
Yeah.
Jared Padalecki.
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 Yep.
His wife's super hot.
Good for him.
Both their wives are super
Yeah,
hot.
they both are doing pretty
They're
well.
pretty hot.
And
We're
Like-
equal opportunity podcast.
that's true. They're both good looking dudes.
They're
Handsome
handsome
dudes.
dudes.
Whoa. When I was in 8th grade and trying to figure out a haircut before I grew it out, I was like, oh, I want that. It was Jensen Ackles
Oh,
haircut.
it was the short?
It did not work out.
No? So
Yeah,
you
that
went
was like-
Jared? Because you had the bowl haircut?
Well,
in
okay,
high school?
if MySpace still had all their photos, you could see it. But it's just, you know how Eli has his haircut where he does it himself? That's what it looked like.
Because you were doing it yourself, or you had
No,
someone
I
in the
went
salon?
somewhere. But it was like Supercuts or something. But it was like short on the sides and then just long enough on the top. Like,
But it was like Pasco supercut, so it was like gross faces and like boobs in your face, and you're like, I don't know.
You're like,
Yeah.
why is there scissors coming out of your cleavage?
this is scary for me.
That was like when we
Mom!
became friends, though.
8th grade?
I'm in danger.
I guess maybe it was later than 8th grade. Because when we met, I still had long hair, right?
Well, yeah, we met in 7th grade. We just like weren't really friends then.
Yeah, you were too cool.
I was kind of cool, but
What
not
happened?
really.
He stopped playing soccer.
Peaked in 8th grade.
Sick.
No, but then it was 8th grade dance. You and me became bros.
Because you guys danced
Oh,
together.
that's right.
Was it because you danced? Who was bottom? Who was power bottom?
We were both power bottom. We're an equal opportunity dancer.
Equal power
no.
bottom.
We both had
this-
dates, and they were women.
They were. But I went
Were
with,
they surprised when they found out you guys were together?
No, they were cool with it.
It took time until we
Jenna,
became,
Kaylee,
we
would
didn't
you like
become
to
together
explain?
until 9th grade.
No, that was
Wasn't
so.
that-
Did you go with Jenna?
I was with Jenna. Yeah.
Yeah, you were with Jenna. Kaylee was with some guy. I don't remember whatever his name was.
Zach O'Toole.
I was with.
Was it Tula?
I don't know. Maybe.
No, it wasn't Tula. It was some random guy.
I'll also put a name out. Jordan Jetmore.
Hey, Jordan.
Javier
Love you, Jordan.
Vasquez.
Is that the dude from No Country for Old Men?
No, that's Javier Bardem.
Okay.
Huh. Well, point being, the date that I
We're
had is
old.
now a lesbian. So.
Hey.
Was it Cassie?
That's probably your fault.
No. Is Cassian a lesbian?
Probably.
Hey, Cassie, if you're a lesbian, comment down below.
Like, comment, subscribe, and let us know.
Because you know what? We care.
I haven't talked to her in forever.
Yeah.
So
I don't
is
know
this what the podcast is going to be
Just
about?
reminiscing about
Reminiscing
8th grade.
about you
How did we
being
meet
old
Josh?
now?
Sick. I'm gonna just leave.
All right. Bye, Pat.
See ya.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Stay.
Welcome to JW Mitchell High, 2009 to 2010.
Big gulps, huh?
Big gulps.
See you later.
Oh. Well, a year ago we started playing D&D.
We did.
We did do
And
that.
a year ago, was that when you started keto?
It was.
So it's
It
been
was
it's
literally,
been an
yeah.
entire year since we all started doing stuff. And Pat was supposed to DM today, and then life happened, so he has not DM'd. But
That's
he's
true.
prepared,
I am.
which is a big step for him.
I have like post-it notes and a monster manual.
you really?
And encounters and stuff. Yeah.
Tell
Can I
me
see
about
it?
that process.
It's a pain in the dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah? So,
Oh yeah, is it?
Is it dick rods? I wouldn't talk to whore. Oh, fucking great.
Do
but-
go ahead. Go
Oh, I was going to say, so tell me, like, what did you, like, how did you kind of organize your thoughts in that way? Because when I first did it, it was a little overwhelming for me as well.
Organizing my thoughts. I've played with the group that was going to play enough that I was like, I know what these dumbasses are going to do, and just base shit around that.
Pat, if I may, no, you don't. You never know what they're going to do. You're like, yeah, they're going to do this. They're going to get distracted by this. And then it's fucking 40 minutes talking in a bar for no reason.
Yeah, we spent a lot
Yeah.
of time there.
It's like the thing that I sent to you guys on Instagram earlier where it was Matt Mercer, and it's just like when the gang just wants to sit there and talk about the political structure
Yeah,
of
what's
the
the
city.
political structure?
Yeah, and you know that's the next question I'm going to ask when we get back to playing.
Yeah.
It's like dictatorship, republic, democracy.
Oh, Strahd rules.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
What about the Burgermeister? Strahd.
Yeah. Burger King and Strahd.
No, what was the one? There was another meme. We have like 12 group chats. for
13 now.
D&D.
It's a lot.
And there was one that one of us posted, and I know I saw it on Twitter, but it was like you create this wonderful, crazy NPC, and you like give them a name, and then everybody is like, "Who's the guy on the other side of the bar? I want to talk to him."
Yeah.
It's like, "Yep, that's us."
That's every kind of team. Because when you're kind of like dropping hints and you think you're giving a lot of descriptions about one particular thing, you as players, obviously you don't have the foreknowledge of what we have as DMs, as you'll figure out when we play. You'll concentrate on not the point. You'll concentrate on one subject of the point and stick to that point until I'm blue in the face, just, going off of that when I really want you to go here. So it's interesting.
The thing that I think will be different from you DMing to me DMing is that you have an NPC that plays with us, so you can steer us in a direction.
Yeah.
Whereas I won't have that, so you idiots are going to be running around like sheep, like chickens without a head.
I'm cool with that.
Make it
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. That was such a good fight, though.
It was a good fight.
It was a fun fight. I'm pretty excited. I built a character for it and everything. I wanted to do a completely original character and just something I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. It was like going through stuff. I was like, ooh, there are things.
Yeah.
There are things. And it's like, I like that this, I don't even remember what it's called.
It's the Lost Mines of Fandelver.
Fandelver, that's right.
Yeah.
It's in the like pamphlet. It's like, hey, they're gonna maybe do this, so just tell them to do the other thing instead. And I was like, okay, they're definitely gonna do that one thing, so I'm gonna have to tell them to go back and do the other thing.
Right.
Cool.
How much of the world does it build for you?
Not a lot.
No,
Very
it
little.
just says like you have to do X, Y, and Z, and then everything else is you.
Yes, it goes. There's this thing, and they need to interact with this person to get this information. Make it happen. So everything else is like just pulling stuff out of your butt.
Are you excited to play God?
I am.
Is your ego any bigger?
No, it's impossible. I'm nervous because it is something that like the world building aspect is intimidating. Like it's a lot, but I'm excited. It'll be something new. It'll be fun to sit on the other side of the screen and make you guys do stuff. Plus, I'm way meaner than Justin, so like I'm excited.
Oh yeah. Justin will like kind of help us along.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do.
They're
it.
gonna try to kill us.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that because I feel like we're where we are in Strahd right now. Justin's about to butt fuck us.
But he's helped us a bunch of times.
He has. I think he's at his wit's end of helping us.
Oh,
We'll see.
smile.
Well, we have a cleric now, so like he's just gonna ratchet everything up and be like, hopefully he can help you.
Yeah, but like last thing I remember, he's separated from us right now.
Yes,
So-
he's very far
Oh
away.
yeah.
And you're with the Revenant, and he hates undead, so that's gonna go great. Or no, a lich. It's a lich.
We didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Oh shit.
I did. I knew that.
Did you?
Yeah.
We also over the weekend we tried Roll20 with Kenny
Yeah,
the last week, and so Roll20 is the online kind of deal. And Patrick experienced his first character death. I killed his ranger died.
yeah, my high elf ranger.
That I
Yay.
wasn't pulling punches for.
No.
because it was a one shot, and I don't have fucking chapters full of fucking story I need to get through.
Yeah, you told me that Kenny did not make good choices.
No, he made
No.
terrible decisions.
He's the reason he died.
Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. He's the reason I
I'm gonna
died.
split this in half, and we're like, you sure? It's the second time we're doing it. He's like,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do it again.
If he was gonna get 5 negatives on the axe, it was gonna be destroyed.
He had 3.
Yeah, he was getting close.
Yeah,
And then he just ditched it. 'cause
and then
he got
he
stuck.
just dropped it.
He's like, fuck it.
Yeah, I was like, "Hey Kenny, I'm dead in the corner," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna run away." I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" There's a potion right on my belt. Yeah, no, I'm gonna run away. I was like, "Cool, cool,
You're
cool,
on
cool.
your own, dude.
Yeah, I'll be over here.
I got a question for you guys now.
Yeah.
Yep.
What has been your favorite moment that happened during Curse of Strahd so far?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Justin, you're included in this.
Okay.
Yeah, your answer is the one I'm most excited to hear.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Well, you start, Mike. You start.
Yeah, you start.
Oh no, I asked the question.
Yeah,
I'll
but
go
you
last.
start because
you
I
gotta go
assume that
first.
you have an idea. You have. If you ask the question, you typically have an idea.
Well,
of what
one of
you're-
my favorite moments, just for comedic value, I thought Naked Fight was awesome.
Naked Fight was interesting.
However, I think my favorite moment, just because of how, like intense it was, I feel like was when you started teetering over to the Raven Queen. I feel like things just got super tense, and then just the storytelling that was being done over here was just phenomenal. Especially that, like, with Dirt getting his, like, new powers. Like, there was just so much that was happening, and it just, like, was, like, apexing. That I thought that it was perfect. So for that, I thought that was something that was just, like, done. Like, this is so cool.
That's like super nice to hear because Justin and I talked about that and how we wanted to like integrate it for like weeks.
Yeah.
We like it was multi-session. Like I decided I was going to do the Raven Queen before I'd even told you guys that I was going to do it. And like Justin and I were talking about it for legit, like it might have been like 6 weeks. And we were trying to figure out a way to integrate it properly. And like, fuck, all I can remember from that instance, even I love it. All I can remember is keep like succeeding the wisdom save.
Yeah,
I
you're
kept
like,
succeeding, and it was like she's trying to talk to you, bro. And I was like, cool. I'm
You're
just
like,
gonna
hello?
Natural 20. Like,
It was very much, dude. What's mine say? And it was just like it being in a void.
Yeah.
what does mine say? Dude!
I think my favorite moment, comedic value, was easily the emergence of Potato.
Yeah. Sean and Potato.
Potato was maybe like the funniest thing in this entire campaign to me, but as far as like story arcs and moments go, seeing beginning Absidy and now Absidy and watching that slow degrade from being happy, carefree, and like free to being more concerned about the well-being of others and still trying to, and like he's obviously meta, but like he's lying to his friends now because he wants to protect them, but he's actually going to put them in harm's way, and like that whole convoluted like
He's going full
way.
Vader.
Yeah,
Like, that's what I'm
and
excited
he's
about.
lying to you now that you actually trust him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he's been telling the truth up until now,
yeah,
and you didn't trust him, or Rufio didn't trust him.
yeah.
But now that it's flipped, and it's a really interesting dynamic.
yeah. He's finally has Rufio's trust, and like Rufio feels like there's common ground to be had, and little does he know, like Absidy isn't, but Abdadon is a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Satan.
Yeah,
It's Lucifer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just try and use the name that you used because I thought
used
that was
it-
clever
Yeah,
as
it's
fuck.
Abaddon.
Agamemnon.
Abaddon.
Yeah, Abaddon.
I thought it was
I only know
Abaddon.
that because it was a character in Supernatural too. So
Word.
it's good. Full
Abaddon.
circle.
It's another it's another name for Lucifer.
Yeah, so that's super interesting to me, and I'm excited to see where it goes between Rufio and Absidy because I don't know if they can coexist as long as Absidy has this relationship. So very interested to see what happens.
Yeah.
Word. Oh, me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You.
I think my favorite was when we were sneaking in and you were succeeding up until the very last roll.
Last roll.
But it's not just, it was comedic value, but also all of us were very in character then. Because, I don't know, it was just, everyone behaved the way that I felt that they would.
Yeah.
And I felt like everyone was like, present too. Like, we were all very amped about that happening. And at the same time, you and Dirt were dealing with what are they, skeletons?
Skeletons, yeah.
So we were split, but both of us had tense situations. You did a great job of hopping back and forth in like from a story orchestral position, and it was funny as fuck too. And it set like it could have been a great thing for us, but it also set a big like catalytic antagonist. I don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
words.
There was a huge repercussion for it.
That's
Yeah.
the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I killed a lady.
I killed a lady in cold blood.
When her kids are home.
One of them's a cat.
God.
One of the
Never found out.
one of the things that I want to
ask.
jump on to add on to what Josh said and that people don't know. I'm super excited to do like a post-mortem after we're done and after everything is said and done, like to sit around and do one of these, like how Critical Role does the Talks Machina.
Yeah. Yeah.
what people don't know is that before that episode, we've incrementally try and level up our D&D sessions, and before
Moving around too much.
before that session, we all had a sit down. I pulled out an example from Critical Role. That was the episode that Not and Jester got caught in the temple, and she was defiling basically a religious artifact. Yeah, the Temple of Bahamut. And I was like, we need more stuff like this. They acted in character the whole time. They didn't act to win. They acted to save their ass. And we had a whole sit down. We had dinner. We like broke stuff down, and we came back the next day and tried to like be as true to character as we could. And I really think that session was one of the best one. Like Josh said, you know, that was one of the better ones that we've had, and it worked out really well.
We also had some really good fucking wings that night.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah,
They were super good.
Very good.
We're gonna have another sit down, hopefully before the next session or around the next session, and maybe we'll do that again.
Quick tangent. So you've met Kondoker.
Yes.
Have you met Kondoker? My friend Kondoker?
No.
No?
Gazoon
Okay.
type.
Thank you. So he's a like a smaller dude. So picture, I can tell you, you know the climbing guy?
Yeah.
The one, he's like that size.
Oh, okay.
He's a little bit bigger.
Sure.
Ice climber?
What?
What?
Yeah, ice climber. No, a rock climbing of, what was the?
Juji Mufu.
Juji Mufu. So
We're
plug
watching
Juji
a shit
Mufu.
ton of Juji Mufu videos.
Shout out to Juji Mufu.
Be our friend, please. Teach me how to
Dude,
be strong.
He ate 31 wings.
That's
32
so
wings.
many.
He's so small, but he's so hungry. I don't know. I forgot why I wanted
You have
to
a new
tell
man
you
crush?
Anyways,
so
He's
hungry.
impressive, yeah.
Justin, your favorite moment?
I said it was a quick tangent.
I know.
I feel like mine's in like a 4-part because I have an arc for everyone that so far I've really enjoyed, and then I have an overarching.
Break it down.
I'll start with I think the oldest to the newest, which is the first. I agree with you. I think the whole Rufio Raven Queen arc has been, I think, some of my favorite NPC storytelling, like one-on-one kind of sessions with you. I really like doing those because it feels more intimate to me, kind of like with the Irina Absidy interaction, where you know you were kind of in the dark and I had this all-knowing being just guiding you, and you know, you have this big test and you took it very seriously. And like you said, for 6 weeks, we talked about how we were going to gradually show this deity. I mean, I showed deities before with horror, and horror was just kind of like me first trying out what I want a deity to be like in this campaign. But the Raven Queen, I feel, really honed that in for me. This is what their limitations are. This is how far they can go, how far they're willing to go. And for me, developmentally, that's really helped me. And I've really just enjoyed, you know, I took elements from Sandman and I put that in there. And I took so many different elements, and you were so open to saying yes that I really appreciated it. And it made me just feel, I think that's why it's so dynamic. I think the next would be the Shart Vin showdown, the Vin showdown with Strahd when you get the axe, which is more recent, which is the windmill episode. I think at that point, I'll be open. I didn't know where Shart was going.
Yeah.
I wasn't entirely sure because the main goal was Shart needs to get back to his family, but what do I do past the family? Like, what is gonna, besides Strahd being a huge dick, he doesn't know where Vin is. He has an idea at this point. He doesn't know what kind of hardships he's going through. And I think upping that ante just jacked you up more.
Yeah.
And I think Shart and you have been carrying that since that. And I've been seeing a lot more engaging kind of character in that regard, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So I really enjoyed that. Plus the emotion that you were coming up from when I rip his ear off and throw it in front of you, and I just berate you, and I could see Mike getting mad.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna push your buttons because I think doing that brings out a lot of good stuff in people.
I'm gonna button my buttons.
You're gonna button your buttons because it's getting cold outside. Inside jokes. And then Josh, I think the most recent one has been the Lucifer interaction. I think for me, not even piggybacking off of what I said about the Raven Queen interaction, but everything with Irina has been amazing. And I think the Lucifer aspect is going to add a new layer to it that I think is going to be super interesting when you meet back with her. Mm-hmm. You said this great thing of when the hags are with Absidy, and they say you need to put in your heart's deepest desire? And I had, or what you find most important in your heart. And I had a list in my head. It's like, it's either going to be mattresses or gold, or it's going to be like XYZ. And you put in the necklace of Irina, something that I had put in sessions and sessions ago as a trinket, like, here, you always have this, but has come full circle in a regard of, you know, you're turning into Anakin Skywalker, turning into Darth Vader, where your love of this person is turning you into this monster that she's going to detest.
Right.
Which I'm really excited to see. And I think
Can't wait for you to be unhappy.
Yeah, you're not getting your dick wet.
No.
You probably will. You're pretty charming, and so
my
is
God.
Lucifer.
Stop.
But the overarching of, I think, has been what I think Mike said was the episode, like, I think it's 26 and 27, when it's the destruction of Valakai. That has been my
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
episode, is the
Damn.
destruction of Valakai.
Those recording sessions were intense.
It was, you know, we had so much in there. We had humor, which is the green guy, red guy fight.
Yeah.
We had
Hated that.
we had drama, which was absolutely struggling against Strahd truly for the first time and turning that point. And then we had, you know, we had glimpses of what the revenge story is going to look like with the werewolves with Rufio, where Rufio doesn't like loose ends, so he goes back to the old lady. So that overarching was my favorite. Plus, we got hints of dirt with Lathander
Yeah.
as well. So I started sowing all of those, and I'm just really excited to see where we kind of move forward from here.
That was by far the episode that I got the most mad at you because obviously I was fighting a guy who was what 3 levels higher than I was.
Roughly.
I don't know.
Nothing too crazy, though.
But still, and obviously I got my ass whooped because I wasn't rolling well. But the fact that you said as I was dying, I heard the distinct howl of my brother that I remembered.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I was so mad and pissed, which obviously has just like kind of driven my character, motivated him. Like as soon as Dirt got me alive, I've like immediately, I didn't even acknowledge Dirt. I just ran to where I heard the noise from.
Well, like,
Yeah.
Like it was so maddening.
I remember that fight, and it wasn't even that you weren't rolling well because you were hitting. It was just that he used Cone of Flame twice.
That's right.
and
Yes.
you
I was
don't
able to
have
return
flame
it.
damage.
Or
So,
flame resistance.
You were getting mollywopped.
Yeah.
But you just
because of
finally came up
fire.
against something that was stronger than you.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of Shard's defining characteristic,
Yeah.
is that he's a big brute. So when you finally have someone who's stronger than you, taller than you, redder than you, it's like, well, what the fuck? And then you hear your brother, which is the one thing you want, and that howl says, oh, if I just been stronger, I could have found him.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly. No, it was wild.
2 honorable mentions as well. That was
Please.
kind of one, but 2 more. When you Misty stepped, that was fucking killer.
Because I didn't. That's part of the thing that was the most fun for me in this is I didn't research any of the things that you guys could fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to. I wanted to be shocked. So as soon as you Misty stepped, I was like, "The fuck is that?"
Yeah.
You can do that?
I was also very surprised. I think if you look at the video, you'll see all 3 of us just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was just such a creative use of your skills, and I think it was a new skill. At the
It was
time,
brand. Yeah, it was something that I got in our last level up. I think we I forget what we did, but we had leveled up right before then, and I had gotten Misty Step, and I was like, how the fuck am I ever going to use this? What is this? What is the point of this? And like when Justin was like, "There's 3 werewolves," and I was like, "Oh shit." And I was like, "This is where I can use that."
Peace.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys can look back on the video too. Is like, when I take battles very seriously because I feel like that's how Rufio would do it.
Right.
He's very strategic and general like. And when you guys are going, I half listen because I need to know what else is going on the board, but I'll also scour through things and try and plan and like in a reaction state, what can I do to help this person or that person or what needs to be done. And like in that moment, I was like, okay, well, gonna have to Misty Step because I don't want to get my ass kicked.
Yeah, because at times there's definitely times where I'm like, Pat's got no idea what's going on with the rest of our fights. Like Pat's just.
Yeah.
And that makes me nervous. And I'm not exaggerating. Like during a fight, the way fights break down in my head and how they've been breaking down now is I know Mike's going to do a lot of damage right up front, and then I know Josh is going to do a shit ton of damage. And while they're doing their
Fucking
turns,
sneak attack.
Yeah.
Patrick's face is in the fucking player's handbook, flipping back and forth, and I'm like, great, he's planning something too.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I gotta keep putting shit in front, like, just die. But that's what makes it exciting for me as well.
Yeah, and moments like that are when you're really in the moment, in the character, because it was just a very Rufio thing to do. Like, fuck this shit, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
And then the other one that I really liked was, and you pointed it out, the hiding in the ditch.
Oh my god.
Because Absidy was still trying to hide the warlock skills.
So good.
And I just threw holy water, hit in the ditch, and then I was using. What did I use? Eldritch Blast.
No, you used your
used it-
duplicate. You.
Oh, that's right.
Your
I
silent image.
I used my duplicate so that everyone else still thought I was out there.
Yep.
And it was like the first time that Absidy used his warlock stuff, but was still hiding it. And it was very roguey, very warlocky, and it was
cool.
It was
That was
awesome.
real cool.
So Josh and Pat know a little bit about this, and Mike, this is probably the first time you're hearing about it. I still have to work on it. I'm still building things, but so it's no secret at this point, I hope, that I do Dungeons and Dragons with my home group in Tampa at Top Tabling and on Twitch. And my DM and I have been just building this long and rich kind of like world where this story kind of takes place in its own pocket dimension on a timeline. And for a while, I kept asking him questions like, when is this taking place? And he's like, I don't know. And he's so disorganized that I have built a website Bible of everything that we've done.
Holy balls.
So everyone's been kind of broken down. There is a Curse of Strahd section that I need to start putting the timeline for. And also I have character pages for everyone I have to start putting information in for. So, for example, if you go on our Instagram or go on Junk Drawer's Instagram, Carlos has made these amazing kind of portraits of each character. And
Multiple at this point.
Yeah.
I put the original portraits for everyone on their page. Now I have to put the new ones in because they're a lot cooler.
They're so cool.
But what I've been doing is I've been finding quotes that I like a lot during the episodes, and for each kind of like overarching for the character.
Yeah.
So I have Rufio's, which is when you're killing Lady Watcher, and it's with that last breath, tell Strahd I'm coming for him. Thought that was a badass line. I think for the Absidy one, it's going to be, a few months ago I would have said gold, but now I'm not quite sure. And then Shark, I don't know if I want to go funny with it with family, or if I want to go with it. But I might have to go back to see what you said to Strahd after the ear rip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or you could either just be like, I'm just looking for a potato.
I'm looking for Sean. There'll be a whole like side page about
Literally,
Sean.
just literally an entire Shard's quote. I'm Sean.
Yeah. So I've been building that slowly. I've also been
so
doing our original campaign that I did that, a year ago I was talking about. And so slowly but surely, I'm just going to keep implementing more and more things. And then when we get to season 2 or wherever we're doing with this campaign or these characters, it'll be easy for like, say, Carlos to jump in, or if you have a new character to have him jump in and like, what do I know? What does my character know at this point? I can just say, go to this link. This is what you can read. This is what you know.
So that's something I wanted to mention too. You mentioned Carlos a couple times.
Yeah.
And he's part of our party now, at least for Strahd. Carlos will be with us if he chooses to stay on into whatever we foray into next. But yeah, he's not here, obviously. But I just wanted to give a shout out to Carlos because he's the man, and he's hopefully going to keep us up and destroying
He's a
Strahd.
great addition to the dynamic.
Yeah, I know those episodes just started dropping. The first one dropped
I think so, this week.
Thursday.
Yeah.
So I know that there's 2 more coming. But he adds a nice dynamic to what we have already, and it's nice to have someone that can heal.
Yeah. Oh,
That's not you.
That's not exactly. It's like
Or
do
me.
all the damage, also heal everyone.
Yeah. Or me shoving potions down.
Yeah.
I mean, that was always fun.
I'll still do it, but
Shard's like, do you remember when we used to not have a cleric? I miss that.
I miss when you just used to like baby bird me health potions.
I love when you touch my chest and my wounds go away.
It makes me all tingly down in my pants.
Yes, he adds definitely a new layer that I really like that we haven't really gotten before. And it's also less work for me as far as like NPCing goes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
That was the conscious decision to leave Dirt behind. Was like, let's give Justin a break.
Uh-huh.
There's a
Ish.
lot. There's a lot in that temple.
Yeah.
I feel like Dirt's gonna leave us soon, huh?
I don't think
Who
so.
knows?
I mean, he's still in Barovia.
Yeah.
He's still a kid.
Well, I mean, it's something
a
that I feel like has
child.
been hinted at a lot, so I guess we'll have to just wait and see.
Well, I've been pretty open with it to Pat, and How I have always seen Dirt as originally he was kind of like Robin, but Dirt slowly turning into Nightwing.
Nice.
Where I think at the end of this, probably we'll have to break it down. You and I see a falling out happening.
Well, we've discussed, and I don't know if you've discussed it with anyone else at the table, but like after Strahd, you want to do like a forward because the next campaign for our characters, if they survive, will be years. It won't be an immediate after.
Yeah.
Like,
Correct.
So in that time span, I definitely see just based on gods alone, Dirt and Rufio can't coexist in the same space because their values are too different.
Yeah, I'm thinking of doing a 5-year jump, just because I want Dirt older, and then I think that will just add more because you'll have a grizzled Rufio and a more experienced Shart and Absidy if you guys continue to use those characters.
Gonna learn small weapons. I'm a rogue.
I'm a rogue now.
I'm a barbarian.
You're like Rocky. I don't know if you remember Rocky from our Tampa one
yeah.
shot.
Oh yeah.
Where it's just you're this Goliath
This
with
Goliath.
a very tiny hood that just drapes over your shoulders.
Oh, I thought you
Silent.
meant Balboa.
That's
That's
who
what I
he's
was thinking
named
too. I was
after.
like, he's a rocket machine.
He's gonna crap thunder.
That's great.
What's okay? So what's everyone looking forward to the most going into the final? I mean, we're in home stretch of this campaign. I feel like
I would say so.
Yeah.
You have like
level 9 is when we meet Strahd.
correct.
We're at level 7.
We're almost there.
Yeah, I mean, we're coming up to the end. So what's everybody excited for? That's not obviously the big bad fight, because the big bad fight is obviously the thing that like woohoo.
Oh, I'm not excited for that. No, I'm just kidding.
32 levels of nonsense.
I mean,
Yeah.
this is definitely something that I haven't told you guys yet that I think my character is most excited for. And it's not killing Strahd. It's killing, because you guys gave me the information that there was a guy with like a gauntlet that controlled Vin.
Right.
I want to rip his arm off. I'm going to go full Rocket Raccoon and be like, give me his arm. Like, that's going to be like, especially if there's a chance that I can get to Vin and get him back alive, that I know that doing that means that I'm going to have to just rip the arm off of that motherfucker. And I'm so excited for that, because I that's going to be something where, depending on when we get to Strahd's castle, you guys are going to be like, okay, he's on the 15th floor. I'm like, cool, I'm going to the dungeon, because that's where Paul's at, like, or that's where Vin's at.
Yeah.
Like, I'm piecing. Like, I know he's here. So it's
That's super in character.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be hella unfortunate, but
Really
it's
will be.
super in character.
But that's the thing, is I know he knows that there's that guy.
Yeah.
Since I think it was Absidy was the one who let me know that that's the guy that exists. And
Yeah,
he
he's the
gave
only
me
one that saw him.
the clear
Yeah.
image of what I'm looking for, because that's the reason that he won't call. That's the reason he can't come to me. That person has control over him. It's
Yeah.
not Strahd, it's that guy.
Yeah.
So that's what Shart is most like. That's the get
Driving
me yoked.
force.
That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
Yeah,
going
yeah.
for.
I gotta build that. I gotta build the gauntlet with the leash.
The Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, that was just that was an ad lib.
The Gauntlet was?
It's cool.
Yeah.
I
they're
just
good at
knew
those.
that you were gonna meet Vin, and I was like, how do I get him the fuck out? Portal, and there's a leash, and they shove him through the portal. He's at the castle.
Yeah, I'm excited might not be the right word, but the closest word is excited for the Irina interaction and for you to find out more of who my patron is.
I have 2 gods that talk to me regularly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, but it's going to be a very interesting thing, and if it happens before Strahd, how does that affect the battle? How does that affect going through the castle?
Yeah.
It's just a very interesting potential thing. But it also, the way I see it, is it's going to push Absidy all the way over. And one of the things I like so much about him is that he's fun and he likes to do things. And actually, after we go through this, I want to switch topic a little bit. 'Cause
Sure.
in that vein.
Yeah, I just feel like at one point Horror's just gonna be like, "Watch out for the midget." Like,
Oh yeah.
That could totally happen. That seems very horror.
If Hor can see him.
That's true. He's so tall, and Absidy is so tiny.
A little guy.
Little guy.
Fit into small places.
I think the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, other than the big bad battle, is there's just so much. There's so much I'm excited for. Currently, the only thing I can think about is my next interaction with the Raven Queen, because of information that I have that she's going to want, and that again could affect us. The Rufio Absidy connection going forward. So, yeah, very very interested to see where that interaction leads to and how that sets things up moving forward. So,
I'm most excited, I think, for the I think the werewolf den is going to be very interesting because the original werewolf is very weak in the book, so I've had to beef him up a lot, and so I've added a whole other layer that's going to open things up, I think, and it's going to answer some questions for you, Pat, but it's also going to leave a lot of questions. It's going to have new questions that pop up, which I think is anything you want in a good villain. I'm excited to see the relationship between Irina and Absidy develop, because I think that's been my favorite relationship so far in the story. Even between Esmeralda's around.
Peggy, you mean?
Peggy. We just got to get to her. We've just spent so much time with her. And then, yeah, I think now that Mike's told me he's going to go straight for the dungeon, I think that's going to be super interesting. I have to figure out how I want to break that down, because what we can do is, if you're going straight for the dungeon, we might just have to do like a dungeon diving one-shot kind of thing.
yeah.
Where it's you, and then I can maybe make NPC prisoners for you guys or something like that. And you guys are trying to help Shart. So I'm trying to figure it out. We gotta...
Yeah, pass a little off to him too. Yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. There's a lot of places we can go, and I'm excited to see what you do with the characters' storylines after. Because now you have a story, I'll have a story. Assuming we don't die, there's stories for here. Put that on top too.
Okay.
yeah, that's what I'm excited for as well, is that Justin and I have talked about it, like the forward part. He's established that one of the things that they do in Critical Role is that Matt will look at everyone and ask them to leave the table, and Justin could do that with us for this for the forward, like at the end, like wrapping everything up.
Oh,
So
yeah.
That'd be cool.
Nobody, no one else at the table knows where they're at.
That's also...
And that leaves a nice open, open-endedness for everyone. Like everyone will be like, "Shit, I don't know where that person actively is." Okay.
Yeah.
That's also something I'm actively looking forward to, because I've been mapping it since, I don't know, like episode 20.
Yeah.
And obviously it's been shifting every time,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm looking forward to, is the epilogue. Like, this is what happens as soon as it ends. Like when you guys get back to, Valoria, and
Home.
you're back on your home plane. The next few days are XYZ. This is what happens. And then that's, I think, hopefully by leaving it open-ended, that's someone, you either want to continue going with or what have you,
Yeah.
So we'll see.
If that is the plan, to do a personal, like a solo epilogue, let me know so I can build a screen for it.
Okay.
Because if you're going to be talking directly to the camera and we're not even there, might as well have something that's...
Well, it was going to be
It would
you
be
and-
to a person.
It'd be
Like
you
it would
and
be to
I,
Absidy. Like it's just DM to Absidy, and then
Oh.
everybody else.
This is what's
away.
happening.
And then
Okay.
it's DM to Rufio, DM to Shot.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still want to build a screen for that.
Yeah, yeah,
but
DM to Dirt. That would be fun.
Dirt, this is what's happening.
Oh, yeah?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I'm a bad boy.
It's like that old cartoon at the beginning of Bug's Life where it's the guy playing chess against
against
himself.
himself, yeah.
So eventually it's going to be stop me getting up, and it's just going to be hard cuts of me talking to myself.
With different shirts on.
yeah. Fuck. I do it in real time though. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am too, just because of the fact that I definitely, when we were talking about what happens after Strahd, I was definitely
Justin.
not on board with. I
I was going to
probably-
have us here.
I
Might give
probably
him a little bit.
wasn't planning on playing Shart any further.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I probably wasn't planning on playing Shart any further, but we did the little one-off kind of thing when we filmed in Tampa that one time.
Yeah.
And that just made me, like, that gave me new life to Shart, thinking of what can happen after. And I'm like, I totally want to keep playing Shart.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I just, if we can keep talking about it, I don't know if we have a certain schedule we need to go by.
No,
with
no
this.
schedule. I had something I want to say at the end.
Okay. I wanted to ask about the Tampa one shot because it wasn't in the Curse of Strahd universe. This was more of a homebrewy kind of thing that was in my head that, this was part of the world that I kind of came up in and grew up and played in. And this is the universe that I want to introduce these guys to and start building on. So what did you overall think about it? Like, was it something that you were interested in, or was it something like I would like to kind of gauge your guys' reactions for that? Because it took me a while to get my footing for it because it was definitely awkward for, I want to say, at least the first 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. It's been, I'm not used to not doom and gloom.
Right.
And then I think as soon as we got into the rhythm of everything and the goblins kept coming and I started introducing more and more people, that then I started getting more comfortable with it and I started giving open-ended kind of things to when you guys came to Valoria.
Yeah, I think half of the awkwardness was you getting into it and then us trying to figure out what was going on.
Yeah.
Because all we knew was that there was the
All
tower.
we know is doom and gloom too.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I had played with you in that world, so I kind of had a sense of it. And you mentioned events that happened in the session that we played together.
Right.
So I'm like, oh, okay, I get what he's doing now. And I liked it. It's a cool area. I like that there's less doom and gloom. Doom and gloom is fun, but I also like the classic, and I know I've talked to you about that before, the classic like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. April 19th?
11th.
14th.
14th.
15th.
17.
I think it's, I'm going to see Kiss on the 11th, so I think it's 14th.
I think it's the 14th as well.
Okay, well, April, point being. So I like it. That's what I was getting at.
I had a lot of fun with it. I think Rufio thinks I had too much fun. No, it was...
It's 14th.
Yeah, it was cool to experience a different life. It was cool for me to run into, like, people who are like-minded as my character, which was cool. It was also fun that I got to use my speak to animals, even though you totally just kind of like let me have that one. And it was definitely not supposed to work.
Correct.
But no, I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought you built a cool world. I'm really interested to see more of it, whether it be with Shart or with someone else. No, I think it was tight.
Okay.
It was tight.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was really cool. I liked the things that we learned in that time, and I like that Rufio already doesn't feel like easy about that situation, and it's led to, like, these guys left and they have things to look forward to and getting back there. And Rufio kind of dreads getting back to that place because that means one of his patrons is gone. And I think that's a really cool and exciting dynamic. So that's super interesting to me personally. And it was really cool. And it, like I said, there's already friction with Rufio and Shart about that. And it's exciting to see how that will move the group forward, and if that's them, conversing on that location 5 years later, like all of that
Getting
stuff.
the gang back together. We're getting the band back together.
I'm joining the military, so
Yeah, you're joining the Jaegers.
So while we're cheersing, this is actually kind of what I wanted to get to, is that we've been playing for a year. Cheers. Well, yeah, let's do the drink.
Okay.
You have to toss it all back if you don't want to. So we've been playing for a year now, almost to the day, right? I think we did it on my birthday.
Yeah, I think it was to the day. I think it's a year today.
And it's been such a great experience, not just because it's something that we had talked about in high school and are finally doing. But I've known Pat for 7-8 years now. I've known you for 14 and 13. And it's been really cool to have us all come back together and like have something to bond over.
Yeah.
Because we're all in very different places now. And we're all in much better places than we were a year ago.
yeah.
I mean, a year ago, you guys know I was coming off of dating crazy.
Yeah.
And that was, because I'm surprised you still wanted to room with me.
That
And-
was a thing.
That was rough. And having my wrist injuries and the freelance kind of dipped down to now I have this job and it's doing well. And it's just great that the past year has been so beneficial, I think, for all of us.
I think so.
we're all in a significantly better place than we were March 9th, 2018.
Yeah.
So, and I hope that continues.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say thank you guys, and let's fucking go, boys.
Dude, bro,
Bitch.
bitch.
Oh, bitch.
We busting out the
Cheers, I'll drink to that, bro.
Black Barrel.
You can, if you'd
Oh,
like.
sweet baby, it's your birthday.
Oh shit,
It is your birthday. It's quite good.
it is good.
I don't know if you...
Yeah, let's do a little bit.
Do a little
We
nip,
can-
nip.
Well, I'll have a nip.
It's a nip. Here, you go first.
Oh, a nip.
Yeah, nip it up,
I
bro.
feel like we
Nip it up.
had a really good section for D&D, and I don't know what we would transfer to now unless it's like the future.
Oh God,
Wait,
Get the sound effect.
had to get that in there.
look at that spike.
It smells smooth.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
Have you had it yet?
No.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's really
I'm just
good.
gonna take a little.
It's real good.
Yeah. That and then
Oh wow.
I think Balvenie is going to be one of my
Balvenie
favorites.
Balveni's great.
I just
Didn't we give you the end? No, that was Jorge. Jorge got the end of the...
No,
the,
that you let
the-
me smell it.
Did it? Oh, yeah, that's right.
so this is the one that we had that's
The
really
sherry
good.
cask,
This
yeah.
one's also very good, significantly cheaper too, but get a little.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a nice whiff. But I like this collection of whiskeys we're getting now. This if they're still smelling that one, check that out.
I think this one's gone.
This one smells mostly like cedar.
Yeah, it's like cedar and I think merlot,
Yeah, this one's
Sherry.
sherry.
It's a sherry cask.
Oh, sherry.
Anytime
that?
I hear it. Anytime I hear it, man.
It should have been gone.
That's one of the oldest inside jokes that Pat and I have. And it literally has to do with nothing.
Yeah.
We were Pat didn't watch Breaking Bad.
Still
with
haven't.
Us and like the group of friends that
So
were
good.
watching it. And he just like ended up sitting in on an episode, and it was an episode.
It was the
that
finale.
oh, it was the finale.
Oh, really?
It literally started with like an alarm clock going off or something, and it was "Oh Sherry" by Steve Perry playing.
That's very good.
Speaking of things around that era, Worst of Friends.
Oh, wow.
I fucking want to do something with that because I still find it hilarious, and we've talked about it.
Yeah, we have.
That we did. Do you know Worst of Friends? We talked about that. It was a
Oh.
script that they started writing, and I kind of jumped in on toward the end. And it was an odd couple situation where one of them is very like free flowing and messy, and then there was the uptight like.
It's literally them.
It's us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking us.
It's us.
And when we wrote it in 2012.
Oof, yeah.
Like,
yeah, I was
way
gonna say no.
before.
I think we started writing it before you moved back to Jersey.
That's true. Well, I think that was 2012, 2011, 2012, something like that.
yeah.
And then I was back for a year, and then I came back, and we finished writing it. We had a table read for everything, and then it just kind of...
We had a couple
We got busy.
pre-shoots too.
Yeah, we did do that. That's correct. I still have those on my other laptop, the one that doesn't edit anything within
Oh yeah.
36 hours.
But I think that'd be awesome to bring back. And I've talked to you guys about wanting to do old Pickle Cat skits.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's part
Which,
of
for anyone listening, Pickle Cat is the film group that we had in high school because we're fucking dorks.
Yeah. Productions.
But I think it'd be great. It'd be super cool to do now that we're like
Older.
more adult-ish.
It just
More
makes me think-
adult-ish is the best way to describe us.
I think so. Hey guys, do you like D&D?
Well, no, that's the thing is it makes me think of that one video idea that I don't remember. I don't remember if you remember when I shot it in the group chat because this was probably months ago. But I remember Pat was super on board. It was like, what if you had a DM in real life? Like, oh man, I really feel like I should go talk to that girl. All right, well,
Charisma.
go ahead and roll charisma, and then 4.
My dick's dry. What do you want to do about it?
Fix it for me. Kiss me. I'd be about that, dude. Right? If you write at least an outline, then we can at least sit around here. We had talked about doing a series where we all just sit around with an idea and brainstorm it.
Okay.
Because Sam was going to come on and do that with us.
Sam still wants to do it. Sam's actually working on a pilot right now that I talked to him about. And I was like, what the fuck? And he brought me in on it a little bit. So
Oh yeah.
that's kind of cool. But he's going to LA next week.
How long?
All of his spring break. So he'll be gone for
Okay.
2 weeks. So, but he wants to do a drunk drawer coming up. Also, a plug for if you listen to this and don't listen to the other stuff on our channel, which seems unlikely, Mom.
Yeah.
We're going to be recording our second NFL podcast tomorrow. We're doing a mock draft. It'll be me hosting Mike Spillane and Craig Brooks. And that's going to be a thing that happens at 2 o'clock. We're going to record, and then hopefully that'll be up Monday. And then we're also going to record our first Giants podcast. So that's stuff that's happening.
Figure out a name for that.
Yeah, we do.
Giants podcast.
Damn it, that just doesn't sound original.
Big old podcast.
Big old podcast. Really big podcast.
Big Blue
It's
podcast.
me, the big podcast.
Can you believe I'm his father? The little podcast, I mean.
Man, I need to rewatch that movie.
Oh, so bad. I think I have it on DVD.
I think I do too.
Baby, can we watch Mystery Team?
That's a yes.
They still gonna. It's Josh's birthday.
Yeah.
What is this, the White House?
Didn't I say I wanted to do like a mystery team one shot where
Yes.
all of you were part of the mystery team?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want it
I'm
so
Duncan,
bad.
the
Can we get
boy
tracksuits?
genius.
You have to get color coordinating. Like you got to wear all red, and Josh has to wear all green. And
Yeah. That
you
and
have to wear all blue.
I also really want to do the commentary track over episode 1
Yeah.
Oh,
when
yeah,
we're
that'd
in
be cool.
Death House. Oh my god.
Oh god, that's
We were
It's
so
so
young.
cringy.
So naive.
It's so cringy, guys. I went back and watched it. Like I think it was like 2 or 3 months now. It's been a little bit, but I watched it and I was like, "Oh, this is bad."
I'm
Yeah.
all for getting drunk later and then just putting it on and just watching it.
Hey guys, this
Yeah.
is bad.
Fuck.
Dude, and I think the reason that when I've seen it that it's so cringy is the three of us aren't bought in yet. We're
true.
still like, oh yeah, D&D's dorky, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
I named my character Short.
Yeah. Dude, my first character was Chris Angel. Like,
Oh yeah.
fucking Chris Angel. He just wanted to fuck everything.
Mine free.
Because I watched Never Stop, Never Stop. Yo, girl, what's up?
My
Yeah, I
pee-pee's
like-
inside. Look down.
To
Oh
be
my
fair,
God.
I'm still really proud of the backstory that I wrote for my character.
That was a good backstory.
Literally all of it loosely based off of
The
Fast and the Furious.
Furious.
The Life
Loosely
of Paul
based?
That was
Walker.
100% based off of Fast and the Furious.
Loosely
You're the
based
friend-
so we don't get sued.
You're the fan base. Your character is the personification of the fan base of Fast and the Furious.
Yeah.
Like you're not a character. You're just the fan base.
We say you stink, but you actually just smell like Axe body spray and semen. Like that's
and Corona.
What
with
a
lime.
combo.
With lime.
Who wants a barbecue? Sharp, we don't want to barbecue with you anymore. My familia is so
See,
important.
part of the reason that I did that, and I don't know if you guys understand how meta this is that Vin Diesel loves D&D.
Yeah.
That wasn't
No,
why
he
you did it.
doesn't.
No, he does.
Does he?
Yeah, he really does.
Vin Diesel plays D&D a lot.
Joe Manganiello says that he doesn't know anybody in LA that plays with Vin Diesel.
Well, maybe he doesn't play anymore.
Well, then maybe that's part of the joke.
Look, you weren't doing it for that joke. You were doing it because Fast and the Furious.
It
Yeah,
made us
I was doing it
laugh.
because I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was a good backstory, though.
Yeah. Because that was the thing we were gonna do. We were gonna do Lost Mines of Fendelver, but I didn't know how initiative and fighting worked.
Dude, when he was looking at doing DM stuff, I opened the box and found the original maps and the original like character sheets.
Yeah.
And you're like, how tall was he? Was he 6'5" and 800 pounds?
Yeah, something
It
like
was
that.
385 pounds.
Yeah.
I was like, does Shard have knees that function?
I was
Is that-
bulky.
You're in a rascal.
Oh, it was
Wait
hilarious.
for me and bring a Big Mac.
Big gulp.
But I love that we're very in it now.
Yeah.
Like it's so much better to play, so much better to watch, and I know we've talked about it, how it gives us a chance to explore things that may be a deficit in our lives right now.
Sure.
Like when I started App City, it's because I was like in a kind of place.
Yeah.
And it was just a fun little guy, did little fun things. So it's neat, and I'm glad that like you pulled the trigger and did all that that front work to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that's the thing that I feel like most people that don't play can appreciate is how much work actually goes into Justin making a game go. And like most times we record, I feel like people that watch don't understand that he drives 2 hours here, has like an hour or two before we start recording, and then sits down in DMs for like 6 hours straight. And then we go to sleep.
Or we keep playing and then I go to sleep and it's 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That was fun.
when did that happen?
That was after our first.
The
That was
first
after
one.
Death House.
Oh.
That's when I got Mongo.
Mongo's Claymore, which is
Yeah, you were like, I need to go because you were wiped the fuck
I was
out.
dead.
Yeah.
I was dead. Because I'm pretty
And
sure I did
we-
something that day too.
I think
Yeah.
so. But luckily he sleeps there and I sleep there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you guys have that convenience.
and I sleep 80 miles away.
Or in your room right there.
In my
Or
room.
on the couch.
This is my whole sweet It's the whole room.
I vacuumed his room today.
Oh,
He did. I
Before we
appreciate it.
wrap this up, are you moving out of here or what?
I'm
putting
still
him on
trying
the
to figure that
spot.
out, man. I'm living my life. I'm living, I
don't let your
got,
dreams be dreams.
just do it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the next step is. My living station situation is not ideal.
Yeah. Has it? I don't want to put it all out in the ether, but is it
Sure.
better, worse,
Or the
the
same.
same?
Because it was a little bit better.
It's the same.
It's the same. Okay,
I
but
wouldn't
would
say it's better.
but would you
It's
like it to be better?
Yes.
Or would you like to stay the same?
no better, please?
Better. Orlando is better.
I have a question. Are you three looking to go into a relationship together?
No.
I'm in a relationship.
Shannon.
She's
That's
over
not.
there.
That's
Shannon,
not.
can I also be in a relationship with Pat? Okay, so yeah, we're good. And then we've been dating since your mom was joking about it since high school.
Yeah, that's like. Oh God, it's been years.
Yeah.
So hard.
Been
pass.
eons.
No, it's cool.
No,
it's,
no,
we'll
You
be
can just
different.
be a fourth.
We'll be
Hard
different.
Already,
pass.
we're already
You
established.
can be a fourth. We'll be a
You've
We'll be
got
a
four
quad.
holes.
Like it's okay.
We'll be a quadple.
Oh yeah. We'll just be a fuck circle.
Or a fuck rectangle,
We're
depending
like
on who's got long dicks.
We're like a human centipede, but like we're biting its own tail. Like it's
Oh, biting, Mike.
Oh, all the teeth.
licking its own tail. Whatever.
There we go. Okay. I was gonna say your blowjobs must be terrible.
I'm gonna use all the teeth.
I don't want to be Mike's boyfriend.
It's not on you. Those goes.
Damn it.
Ah.
Justin gets the bite
You don't
dick.
get to be your own boyfriend.
I don't.
That's not how it works.
I didn't want it.
I didn't want to suck my own dick. I'm too bitey.
Apparently, that's not on YouTube anymore.
What?
Really? They took it down?
Blowjob girl.
I mean, I'm not surprised.
She has a career now. She's on Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt.
Yeah, I guess she's doing pretty well. For
So you don't want to hear about her biting DJ.
to use all the teeth.
What is it? DC Pearson's dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, Donald Glover.
Am I right?
I just want to be him.
I love Donald Glover. It's just my thing is now I feel like I can't relate to him anymore.
Dong lover? Is that who we're talking about?
Dong Glover.
Dong
yeah.
lover?
Dong Lover.
I love Donald Glover.
As opposed to Danny Glover.
Danny Glover,
His
yeah.
dad.
Yeah.
no
yeah.
relation. Why can't you relate to him now?
I think because I'm not.
Wealthy
He's
or black?
No, he's at a different level mentally now. That he originally he was so full of self-doubt that I was able to relate to, and now he's at this point where he knows it. He's a superstar. He has a genius level of intellect for music and for writing and X and
Film.
Y and Z and
Atlanta.
film. Like he
Yep.
is just on a different other level. And
Anything
now,
he does? Yeah.
anything he does, but the issue is now he knows it and he knows he's amazing at it. And he has a set level of confidence that I don't have and I can't
Yeah,
relate to.
he's a little bit more conceited than he used to be.
He is. He's very conceited.
Well, I wouldn't call him conceited. I'd just call him confident. If you are that good, and if you think you're that good and you can back it up, then it's not conceit. It's just confidence.
Yeah, he's not walking around like he's like, I'm hot shit. Like he didn't go to the Grammys. He was like, nah, that's not me.
yeah.
And he didn't go to the Grammys because he was like, that's not me. Like he's still not
That's fair.
trying. He's not trying to be something that he's not. He's just like, I'm really good at these things. I'm gonna do these things.
Yeah. And I like to think because he's what 3 years older than us. I think he's like
like that.
maybe no more. He's like 32, right?
Yeah, he's older than us. Yeah.
But he's like
I'll find out.
significantly older. But point being is that we still have 5 years to progress to get even close to that kind of level. Because when he did camp, he was around our age, right?
Yeah.
So it makes sense that as a late 20-year-old, you're like not sure what's going on. You're just
Right.
out of the tutorial of life.
The thing is, at camp, he already had 4 mixtapes out of Cul-de-sac 1 and 2. He had I'm Not a Rapper 1 and 2.
Sick boy.
He had Sick Boy. He was on Community already. He was already writing for 30 Rock.
Yeah.
You know, he was already developing those skills that blossomed to where he's at now. So it's just not that I don't love him. I love Donald Glover and I loved him since actually Cul-de-sac. Like I really hooked on the
Oh yeah,
Cul-de-sac.
I love cul-de-sac.
And I listened to it on nonstop in college. It's harder for me to relate. That's all.
Yeah, I guess I'm less talking about him and just more I want you to be confident because you're so good at so many things.
Well,
I'm really good at eating peanut butter in one sitting.
You're so good at eating peanut butter in one sitting. No, but you're a great DM. Like you've lost how much weight did you lose in the
fuck
past year?
I lost
a fuck ton.
my lowest weight was 165 and I'm about 175 now. So 50 was at my lowest.
Yeah, so dude, you lost 40 to 50 pounds in a year. Like that, it's not easy to lose weight and hold
Yeah.
it off. And it
Yeah.
seems like you've been holding it off.
Oh God, it's been hard.
It's hard, but I guess my point is that you've done so much that's why I wanted to have this kind of year retrospect to see where we've been at.
So
and you deserve confidence. Hand touch.
Thank you.
So backpacking off of that, and I think this will be a really cool way to kind of close this down so that we can go drink somewhere else, and my girlfriend can be like here
Out of the room.
Yeah.
That's where you live now.
Don't live there.
Okay.
My bed's super comfortable. I've made adjustments.
Better than
There's a
what it
bed
used to
frame
be.
now.
Remember your
There's a
old-
Yes,
mattress.
there's a bed frame.
Yeah, your old bed was shit.
Yeah, it was terrible. This one, I have a mattress topper now, and it's glorious.
Mattress toppers are dope.
Dead
Dead inside.
kind of circling back to D&D and refocusing on Junk Drawer is one of my goals for this year and for the foreseeable future. Because I think Josh and I have a really good back and forth, even when it's just podcasts with you and I. I think that honestly, the NFL podcast I did with you and Craig and Justin was on point. Like the amount of information and how that flowed made me feel like that was one of the best. It was one of the best things that I've created informationally.
Yeah.
With a group, like I can do my Florida Flyer and talk my dick off, but that's just me talking to a camera. Like being able to interact with you guys and ask you questions that give poignant responses and generate conversation. I think that was the best job I've ever done of that, and I feel I'm extremely proud of that, and I'm very excited to get into the next. Yes.
No, it was on that
Next
note.
podcast, yeah.
Like, as someone who doesn't know fantasy football, I know the game of football, but not the people in football. I listened to it, and it was enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah.
Any note that I had, because he asked me to take notes,
I did.
They were super nitpicky because I couldn't find any. The notes that I had to be nitpicky because the big things were all there. So that's kind of a compliment to you, and to Craig. Who,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
apparently,
It's out
whenever
there.
me and Craig record together, we hate each other. So
Yeah,
like,
dude, I don't know what the fuck that is. Every time you
It's
guys...
Craig. It's Craig. It's what
it's
it is.
mostly
it's
Craig, and then I'm just like, well, no, fuck you.
But it adds that dynamic, and that's engaging. to
Yeah,
watch.
so the one we film tomorrow is going to be exciting because
Yeah, I think he's
tomorrow
gonna try and cockblock you.
Tomorrow we're doing a full first round mock draft of the NFL draft that's a month from now.
Yeah,
And yeah, I feel like we're not going to get along.
Oh, yeah, what time are you guys recording?
2:00.
2 o'clock?
Yeah.
Is it something that I can, like, run in and out on and just
Yeah.
be a little like, oh, I'm here? Be Absidy? Who's John Mulaney?
I'm sure we could figure it out.
No, I didn't know if I should just chill in my room or like go for a run or something.
We'll figure it out.
Okay,
It's gonna be
Shake
pretty
Shack.
free form.
Oh yeah, we're doing Shake Shack.
We're shooting Shake Shack.
Fuck you guys. We're going to Shake Shack.
Fuck you
Oh,
guys.
bring me back a burger. I've never had it before.
Say,
It's
you never
really
had
good.
Shake Shack?
That's why I'm going.
Shake
I've
Shack's
never
really
been
good.
there either.
Yes.
I've never had it before.
So in backpacking off of that, continuing on into my thought, I want to recommit myself to Florida Flyer because this year's gotten really busy and like crazy, and I haven't gotten to be as in depth with it as I want to. But Critical Role smashed just every record that they could possibly have on Patreon
Oh yeah.
And
Or
Kickstarter.
and Kickstarter rather.
I don't know if it was if there was records that they broke or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it was
They
the
broke it.
fastest. They broke the record for highest Kickstarter ever.
And for
Really?
entertainment.
For the most collected money ever, and in that amount of time, and in 24 hours, they had over $2 million in 24 hours.
See, that's my thing is, dude, I'm pretty sure you guys all know that I am like a religious follower of Philip DeFranco.
Yeah,
He shouted them out twice in 1 week because of how mind fucking blowing their numbers are.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
insane.
Like,
To be able to generate that kind of income in such a short span of time for something that people are devoutly in love with, and I haven't gotten through their first season for whatever reason. It's just not something I've
It's a
like
long
sat down and.
It's 156 episodes.
Yeah, it's super. It's lengthy, but it's not. For me, it's more of an audio thing. But regardless,
Sure.
I want to have that motivation and that drive, and that's something that I want us to focus on in the next months, years that we do this, because I think that we have the ability as a group in a group dynamic, and even bringing in other people like. The Craig and Mel video, I think, was still enjoyable.
yeah.
Oh,
I still
definitely.
think, even though we were all still very green, like it was still fun.
I feel
Carlos has jumped in pretty easily.
Yeah, I feel like Craig
Seamlessly.
jumped into it kind of the way that you and I initially did, where we weren't 100% serious. I mean, he literally named his character essentially after a Jewish stereotype.
Yes,
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
his name was Heshi.
he was going to play a Jewish stereotype the entire time.
And they're also just short of 7 million right now. Just so you know.
Yeah.
They're just short
Holy
of
shit.
Yeah.
They're just short of 10 times their goal.
Yes.
Originally, it was going to be a 2 30-minute animated episode. Now they're looking at doing 8 episodes, and I think they're doing the they're doing the Briarwood arc, and then obviously that's going to turn into their next arc, which is the Coma Conclave, which is what they based their whole, like, a fan made a Hamilton cover to it, which I told you about. Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
So yeah, that's just kind of what I want. You know, like we talk about Donald Glover and we put him up on this pedestal because of everything that he's done. And to be fair, like I know to the group at this table right now, like Donald Glover can do no wrong. I love that man more than I love a lot of things. And
More
maybe
than
Shannon. Maybe Shannon.
Sorry, Shannon, you didn't hear that. Okay. Fair.
she's like, same.
But I think if we as a group take it more seriously and we kind of commit ourselves to it, you know, I think we can get to a level where we maybe not Critical Role, but they're definitely opening a door, and I want to be a group that follows them through.
Well, because they're proof of market.
Absolutely.
That's what it is right now.
1,000%. There's more people that are going to want content like this.
Well, that's the thing is it's kind of proving that even though D&D is a niche market, that there's a demand for it. People watch it, people care about it, and people are interested in it now.
I think it's broader than just D&D though.
Yeah.
It's an idea. It's emblematic that if you are passionate about what you do and you do it consistently and you do it well, eventually you can make it a real thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that a lot of people just don't see as real.
I think we're definitely more entertaining than Nerdarchy and like other D&D kind of YouTube
Absolutely.
channels.
I think we're more personable. And the one thing that
I don't
I'll
wanna
say,
put
I
people down.
want to cut you off.
No, you're good.
No, I don't want
do.
to put them off.
Come
but
at me.
I want to build us up. You know, I'm happier with our product than I am a lot of stuff that I listen to. And that's like, even, you know, I've been honest with you about what you guys have. And I'm like, you guys need to get microphones or no one will take you seriously.
Yep.
And I've said that to you multiple times. And even when we were active in the Discord, which we are not anymore, but when we were active in the Discord, we were active in the Discord, they were like, somebody was,
Yeah, shortly.
somebody was like, does anybody have any notes for what we do? And everyone was like, no, it's great. It's awesome. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hey, get microphones. And like, yeah, well, we're working on that. And I'm like, no.
Get microphones.
Get microphones.
Which I've told Shane over and over.
No,
again,
I know that because you've done this and you understand. But it's just
the difference that it brings.
I think that it's not as niche as people want to say that it is, because what the world is craving right now is original stories. All Hollywood and TV and all that stuff is why Netflix blows up so much is because they do stuff that hasn't been done.
Yeah.
They did an Altered Carbon, which was like, oh, you like Freaky Friday? Cool. Well, we're going to make it in the world of Blade Runner. Enjoy it.
Honestly, I think Netflix, we have a lot to thank for what D&D is now, because even though it was very, very small portion of it, Stranger Things, I think, is one of those things that kind of like just brought so much attention to like D&D. It's like, I feel like as soon as Stranger Things happened, that first season, I want to know if there was a big bump in Critical Role's viewership.
I think there was.
Probably.
I feel like, because that would have to be one of those things where people are like, man, watching these kids play D&D, that's kind of interesting. Google D&D to watch kind of thing. And I feel like that had to be something that clicked in people's minds.
Heads,
yeah.
So I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to close out stuff with, is that I think as great as this year has been, you know, some of them are, you know, whatever, but we've organically gained, I think we're at 46 subscribers.
I got 2 or 3 emails recently, so we might be at near 50, if not 50.
And I mean, that's with no promotion. We don't really share anything that we do. Like, we're at maybe 50, you know, we're plus 40 plus subscribers just based on what we generate and what we do. And our D&D stuff sits in 20 views, 30 views. So that means the people that are subscribed are watching.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Or you just watch things 30 times.
I definitely don't.
He only does it
I
20
definitely
times.
don't. It's like 15, but no. But yeah, I just think that that's something that we can focus on, and I want to move forward in a positive way, and you know that there's like I said, Critical Role opened a door, and I want to be one of the people that follow them through. So
Yeah.
I'm pumped. I love doing this, and I think one of our biggest strengths and potential weaknesses also is that if this doesn't succeed, who cares? Like, we all have our own things going
Yeah.
on. So for me, this is a documentation process
Yeah.
of just like our friendship.
Exactly. Like, I mean, I know there's the possibility of you moving soon. That's something that could happen. I mean, I just got a promotion at work, so I might be traveling more. Like, we're still hoping that you end up moving out here so we can kind of get it to we actually play once a fucking week. That'd be like,
dope.
You know, and I know, Pat, you're going through a bunch of different changes that you're trying to make in your life.
Yes.
And we all have so much going on that, you know, we all have so much fun with this. That's the most important thing, is we just keep that going. We keep enjoying each other's company. We keep being good friends to each other, you know, not trying to be sappy, but I fucking love you guys. So you guys are the closest things to brothers I've ever had, because I've never had one. So.
Gay, same, bitch. Oh, bitch.
Fuck yeah. Cheers, boys.
I'll cheers.
It's
I'll
the
cheers to that, bro.
it's the classy whiskey. It makes me emotional.
It's all the onions we've been cutting.
That's why I normally drink Beam. All right.
the fuck is
No,
Beam?
I don't drink Beam.
Jim Beam, dude.
Oh, Jim Beam.
Are you all right?
What the fuck is Beam?
God, have you never been poor?
Beam's making the freaking frogs gay.
Oh my
you had
God,
an
Alex
Alex
Jones.
Jones.
I don't want to get on. I
Okay, yeah.
I want to get on that tangent, but I don't. Please
Another
go
time,
watch the
another
Joe
time.
Rogan podcast with Alex Jones.
And Dr. Phil.
I only made it like 25 minutes in. I'm sorry.
Bro,
Work was busy.
I don't give
It
a
was a tough
fuck.
week.
It's 4 hours and 40 minutes
I
of
need a-
pure bliss.
I need a break. I
lit.
listened to it in like 30-minute increments, and I'm like, I need a fucking break.
Dude, at some point, Alex Jones is telling Eddie Bravo that he's too conspiratorial. That just...
We're going to leave you guys on that
Okay.
note.
Basically retarded.
Can't say that.
All right. Thanks a bunch for watching. I hope you liked it. And if not, I hope you like it next time you watch it.
See you for football tomorrow.
Yeah.
Love you.
I'm an
Happy
adult.
birthday, Josh.
Happy birthday, Josh.
Thanks, guys.
You.
Bitch.
When's Medicaid coming?
Tomorrow.
Oh, cool.